Today we're talking about the CoolFire Trainer, which is a real recoil producing training aid for your pistol. It also has the capability of integrating a laser module so that you can see where it is that you're hitting and use any other reactive training aids that you like to use. So if you're looking for something that can add a little bit of edge to your dry fire training, then perhaps this is a video that you want to stick around for. The CoolFire Trainer is a CO2-powered training kit designed to provide the user with the full experience of live fire training without the projectiles. The device replaces the barrel and guide rod assembly of your handgun, making it impossible to introduce live ammunition during the training sequence. The device is filled by using the supplied fill apparatus in concert with the fill port on what used to be the barrel. This is a press-fit, latchless valve initiated by pressure. The unit operates via a gas piston that drives the slide to the rear that includes a polymer pad as not to mar the bolt face. This thing is a lot of fun to use and doesn't produce a loud enough sound signature to damage your hearing, so no hearing protection required. And there is an optional laser module that activates on shot initiation. CoolFire offers a few different configurations that we're going to test drive right now. All right, so I've completely rearranged the room for this exercise. And what we're gonna do now is basically test how many shots we get out of the standard CoolFire trigger. So we're gonna take the laser module off the front. Should be enough. Put the laser module back on. And I have these cool little targets that they included over there on the whiteboard. All right, you know, that was a lot of fun. We're gonna do it again. We need more than one replicate anyway, right? Okay. Call it done. Now here's the thing. Removing this laser module here, in order to fill that cylinder every single time you want to reuse it, I will admit I find fairly annoying. So what we're going to do is we have another apparatus that they included that allows for the integration of a laser and provides an extra volume that you can fill. So it's going to provide more shots and give you the ability to fill it without having to remove the laser. So I'm going to go configure it real quick. So there you have it. We've added the extra module to it. Now you can see that there is a fill port and a laser. And this whole thing acts to increase the volume of the cylinder so you have a higher capacity for CO2. Now, this thing installs really easily. You basically spin the old valve out and then you put this one on. And it actually times using suppressor shims that they include. And they actually color code them and mark them. Screw the thing on, and however it fits, you follow their guide, you add the requisite shims, and that keeps it from being timed like that. Now, in the previous segment, I was using this without a magazine. And that's because if you were to fire it with a magazine, it would lock the slide to the rear because the follower can still work. Well, this time we're going to use a magazine, but they include these little things. And you basically just press this into the magazine and it deactivates the follower. You can see it doesn't lock to the rear even though it's empty. Let the count begin. Okay, it just started to feel low. All right, and that's it done. The thing I will say about it is when it's fully charged and it's giving you full pressure, it feels like real recoil. When it's getting low, it obviously doesn't feel like real recoil anymore. So let's go ahead and charge it a second time and see what our count looks like this second replicate around. Hand's actually getting tired. Okay, it feels like it's getting soft. Okay, there you go. Now, if you need to degas the cylinder for whatever reason, you got to take it apart and maintain it, or if you want to change the configuration or something like that, you take the included Allen key that you use for the rest of the parts that you need to change, you just stick it inside the burst disc and degas it. Okay, that's kind of cool. Because it has a laser module, I feel like we kind of have to go out and test it at night, see how it does. Well, since we don't actually have to shoot any bullets today, and we're just looking at laser capabilities, we didn't go all the way to the range. I've got a series of different things here set up at different distances, so we'll go ahead and charge up our thing here. Let's see if I can do this. Oh yeah, right. Truck is like 10 feet. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna be able to see the laser. Yep. All right. Those hay bales there are approximately 20 yards. Okay. That gravity wagon, that's a good one. Gravity wagon is about 40 yards. Okay. Let's see. You can sort of see this whole structure over here. Those are stacks of mats. And those are sitting out there at about 60 yards. The top of the hill is 200 yards. So let's just go somewhere over there. So you can see the hits off of the snow over there. So that's good. So you could at least get 200 yards-ish, maybe a little bit less, out of the laser. Well, that was cool. I can't really think of a reason to disqualify the CoolFire for use with night vision. The only thing that I will add is that they do make an IR variant, and I wish they would have sent the IR variant along with so that I could test it, but it's not really that important. What I will say is that it's bad to point any high-intensity light-producing source directly at your night vision, and that includes the IR stuff. So I think that it's fine. Obviously, if you damage your night vision using it, it's not my fault. What I wanted to end with today is this thing. You guys have seen this fill adapter throughout today's video, and the CO2 canister that they send with their stuff has a burst disc that reminds me very much of a paintball tank. So if you had like an A5 or a Tip 98 or something like that as a kid, then you know what it is I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm sorry that you missed out on that part of your childhood. But yeah, it reminds me of a paintball tank burst disc. So my question was, well, will it work with other CO2 sources? I happen to be a SodaStream user, and SodaStream does not pay me to say this, so but they totally could, and I would take their money. I wonder if this SodaSense refill will work with this, because there's a different burst disc on it. Sounds like it gassed up. Feels like it's gassing up. Sounds like it's gassing up. Yeah, I'm going to say that it works. Cool. So yes, if you have additional CO2 sources, then it looks to me like you at least have the opportunity to be able to use those sources to run your CoolFire trigger if you got extra ones laying around. So very cool. Thank you guys for watching. I think this is a pretty decent pickup for training purposes. So if you're looking for something to put a little extra edge on your training, and special thanks to all of you who support the channel directly through Patreon and Subscribestar. You should see some of their names on screen right now.